I'm in my next city. I've already checked into the, the room above the pub I'm staying in, um, and yeah, this is Cambridge. I went back to the train station 200 metres from where I'm staying, just because there was an obvious road into the city, um, and that seemed a good place to start and a good place to lead. Um, Cambridge, not been here or really much to this part of the world, so we'll see what we do. It's early evening. It's what time is it? It's yeah 6:30. So lighting will be tricky for both of us. I'm going to explore. So far, very clean seeming city, which will be interesting. Uh, yeah, and maybe quite pedestrianised even by the station. Not walked into the city yet. Let's see what I find. I think we'll find some history closer to the centre. I'm not yet getting the feel for the. I don't know if that's only just starting to touch the historic city centre. Buildings, college building. It may be because they're closed up for the evening, gated up, so I can't just wander in and explore that side of things. But maybe I'm getting here. Some cobbled streets. Oh, that's a fun little sculpture street art thing. Yeah, I'd like to go somewhere a little bit nicer for dinner. But we'll see. I'm only finding small things. Oh, and of course there are old buildings. Even the one of the banks had a spire on it. Yeah, so we'll see. It'll be an interesting place for sure. Yeah, the clip on my microphone broke in the last place I was in when I was in York, and I forgot to fix it. Also forgot my tripod, so it's all arm shots. I was talking in that cobbled street, that narrow street, and as soon as I got to the end and walked round the corner, I started seeing more buildings that looked, I don't know how you describe them, churchy, but also academic, high academic. You know, historic places built for really sharing knowledge or built for sharing faith, or maybe both. Yeah, I think I was in the midst of all the university colleges, right by St. John's and Mary Magdalene and all the ones I don't know. And yeah, suddenly I was in the centre of it all, and walked across the river, which is really quite short, quite narrow. So yeah, as I said in Newcastle, yeah, if you want to find the centre, if you're not sure where to go to the river and explore from there. But I walked over the river and suddenly it was all done, and I was walking out. There wasn't a clear whether to walk left or right along there. I think exploring Cambridge is going to be the trickiness of where am I allowed to walk into? How can I walk into these places? Because so much of it must be land owned by private land owned by colleges that close off, at least in the evening. Which is fair enough. One had a sign saying which door to use to walk around, but it was closed for the evening. I guess exams have finished and a lot of people have their parents visiting, or maybe they're still resting for exams. So I walked across the river and up the hill, decided to go what I saw on the map as Castle Mound. Yeah, it's quite good. You get a good view over the city, but oddly, I'm not sure why you can't see much. So I'll walk down and climb this cool tree instead. This is a cool tree. I'll climb part of it. Nice to sit on. Not sure where I'll explore now exactly. I don't know. I might just have to do quite a bit of wandering. And as I said, I want to find somewhere nice for dinner tonight. Yeah. And then I'm staying here in the night. I don't know how much I'll be here in the morning before I go and explore my next city. We'll see. Probably a little bit. So I should update you. I wandered around. I'm not sure I'm that impressed or interested with Cambridge yet. It doesn't seem that big that there's much in the city. Like, is it only as big as Durham, really? Um, but just with lots of big private residences, i.e., the uni colleges. Got distracted. There's a police officer that's got someone in cuffs and a bike on the Riverside path. That's curious. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. It's not big. I thought being here, I might stumble upon a nice little restaurant. Um, but yeah, um, I'm so curious what's happening. Police officer by himself. That bike's by himself. Very in. Curious. Um, yeah, I thought there were only chain restaurants, and they didn't interest me. They looked dingy. Some of them were closing staff training for some reason. Um, but then was about to give up and just have a pub meal. Then found this really nice little restaurant. I think it's a small chain. Um, but yeah, it was good. I had a nice rare steak, lovely, and a beer, and I'm wandering by the river. But still, maybe I just need to come back here in the morning when I can wander around some of the colleges and see more of that and get a highlight of kind of, I guess, the academic life here. For now, I'm just going to walk and maybe just watch what's going on here. Let's find out. It's morning and I'm more excited to do some exploring now, just wander around, see where can I go for a bit of getting the Cambridge experience, I guess. Um, I don't know if that does involve being able to walk much because St John's College, that seemed the best to walk around, is closed to visitors again. Um, Museums are closed, Mondays aren't great, but I'll wonder, I'll see what I do. Um, the Yeah, I realised it's Cambridge, of course, is where Cycle Street started. Great website, great app, um, and other associated websites and systems are really great. So maybe I could have arranged to meet up with some mappers, but it's a short visit. I'm not sure if that would have happened. Yeah, and I don't think it's even easy in the morning. Also, of course, it's where the registered office is of OpenStreetMap, although that's kind of not an office they use, it's one of these virtual offices. That's over in the north of Cambridge, which I might get a bus there. Yeah, so there won't be anything that says OpenStreetMap, I don't think, but I can kind of do it as another one of my little pilgrimages of geekness. We'll see. Probably have to get a bus to do that. And then it'll be on to my next city, which I want to make sure I get a good amount of time for that as well. My friends John and Chris, top leading academics, based in Durham. They lived in Cambridge uh, in the past, so I asked them, "Oh, should I? I'm going. Should I do anything?" And they've not lived they've not been here for quite some time, so they didn't have anything. But Chris knows me. She said, just explore, pretend to be a student or a lecturer, you know, walk around the colleges. Yeah, things I think probably have changed since your time, Chris, because I think I can do that. You think, oh yeah, I'll go down there. There's a path that goes through some cloisters or past the college chapel. Hang on, some of these chapels are the size of cathedrals, but that's crazy. Anyway, I thought I'd do that, but you keep doing that, and you just get to a gate or a door, and it's got a keypad on. So yeah, they probably didn't have key fobs when you were here, Chris and John, and they do now. And it means you can't wander in the same way, I guess, unless everyone just always had loads of keys. So I'm going to cut my losses and get a bus, head up to the science park and see what I find there. Well, Chum's going all over the city. What great timing. Um, and the church tower. Wow. So, I should have counted. I think we're 10 o'clock. So 10 dogs. Is that like 5 by now? Anyway, yeah. I'm going to just talk over the dongs of this bell tower. As I finished that video, I came out out and saw the front of Great Mary's Church. Tower open. It's open. Things are open. There's a market down there. That's cool. This, I guess, is a central place to Cambridge. £6. Definitely paying that to have some fun in Cambridge. Yeah, great views. Whoa, this is what I wanted. Then where was that castle mound I was on last night? I think that was over to the north, that way, in the trees and by the white tower. That's the council hall, I think. Yeah, oh, this is great. Look, I can even see down into the colleges that you wouldn't let me in. It's the last week of exams, apparently, so that's fair enough. The stairs were so small to climb up, and yeah, little door. At one point, basically leant on the central pillar and just used that to rotate round. 123 steps. Actually numbered, every step numbered, which is really helpful. Never known a church tower to do that. Yeah, so this is cool, a nice view. I think redeeming it. And a key interesting church. I went straight to the tower, I've not looked around the church itself. Originally 1200s when academics started coming here and used the little church, the market church. I think there was far and it was rebuilt early 1500s. Yeah. So guys, this is the centre of Cambridge, and this is fun. This you can see. Yeah, even if you can't get in the colleges, I think you can get a sense of people walking around, what it's like to be here. But those chapel buildings are massive, so bizarre. Yeah, I'm just enjoying this and I'm taking it all in. Yeah, not allowed photos or videos on the stairs, but they were quite interesting. There were a few rest points, so I thought I might need more. Hence having the stair count helps. I think I'll have to make sure I grab a drink when I get to the bottom somewhere. Yeah, loving this view. Brilliant. Maybe I should just end my Cambridge video here? Yeah, maybe. I feel I've done it now. Cool. Cambridge, city number 8 that I visited in 2023. Well, that was great. In a corner of that church was a first edition copy of the King James Bible, which was in the 1500s, the first mass-produced English language Bible, really key in um, making it accessible to everyone, all the people being able to read the Bible, to read God's Word. Um, and yeah, so every church was required to have one. Um, and so maybe there were 10,000 or so. Don't know how many exist. The guy on the desk didn't know, but he really loved the question and he's trying to find out now. Um, but yeah, oh yeah, so that copy of the King James Bible that, 400 years old, is, no, 1500, 500 years old, plus a bit. Yeah, anyway, old Bible, old copy, really important. Um, Actually, it was only found in 2011 in a chest at the back of the church. Oh, all right, we've got this. Just wow, makes you wonder what's in some box in some church storeroom elsewhere that people don't know about. Um, that's really, I think that's really cool anyway. And an extra bit, and well, now it's kind of in the corner of the church. It is in a display, but yeah, they're not advertising they got it. I think it's so cool. Um, Sorry, I couldn't really be steady on those scooters. I just parked up there. Um, but I tried to give you a bit of a view what it's like, or a bit of a watch of me. Um, if I had to wait like over an hour and a half for a bus to the Science Park in North Cambridge. Sorry, which way do I need to go so you can see me better? Yeah, so I'm not going to wait that long for a bus to go 10 minutes just for a silly bit. But I got on the scooter. Um, that was a bit fun. I guess more expensive and in some ways slower, but no waiting. Uh, I never used the actual apps for navigation on these. I used the OSM and because it's got great map data, especially in Cambridge, great for cyclists, because this is the birthplace of cycle streets. I think I explained that. And it gave me a great route, nice little shortcut. Well, first of all, along the river and through parks, good cycle routes, very smooth, really nice ride. And then it was taking me to a great bit, some massive cycle parking, but also nice cycle path that would have been an amazing shortcut. Um, but then the scooter stopped. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Oh, it's in a no-go zone. Like one of the best bits, or well, I don't know, Cambridge, well for cycling, but a really good cycle path, a really good way to avoid a horrible busy road, and it's a no-go zone. So I'm going to make sure they know about that, and they should really review that. I wonder if it's just some, yeah, I wonder if it's just some residents have complained so much that they have to make it a no-go zone or something stupid. So anyway, I had to go with the scooter with my phone on the mount, backtrack, detour quite a bit, um, and cut through some alleyways that were really nice. But definitely on this scooter hard with my phone on the mount, very grabbable. Definitely walked through a drug deal going on, but that's fine. I happily walked through that. Ignore the very large banknotes that were being exchanged, and then and actually this route, because I wasn't on the bus, I think, well no, maybe because I was on the bus, I got to see the start of the bus guideway, so that's cool for a transport nerd like me. The world's longest bus guideway. So there we go, that's fun. Didn't see any buses on it because they don't run regular enough. And it only just starts here. Yeah, but my phone, one downside is I've been using my phone with location and not plugged into the battery, which means it's very low. I need to charge it up and find the innovation centre that I want to take a selfie outside of. Also, you can only park in designated spaces, which is a little annoying. And it said the one I was at was full, capacity 5. There was plenty of space, safe space for another couple of them. But yeah, that meant then I had to go on the awkward busy road because I was there instead of the nice cut. I'm going to complain to Void, the company. They better review that. But for now, I need to plug in my battery pack and check where actually am I going for silly reasons. And here is what I came to see. So it's St John's Innovation Centre. It's the registered address of OpenStreetMap Foundation and OpenStreetMap UK CIC. They're just virtual offices. There's a lady that, well, I was trying to find their name on the list of registered offices. It wasn't there. The lady told me, oh no, she does know them. They are here. They might just not have put their name on that list. And she opens the post. So when I was a director of OSM UK CIC, there was post for the directors, and the lady I just met probably would have opened those letters, scanned them in, and emailed them to us. But yeah, I think there's some cool companies there. I did look through some of the signs on the office stores, the actual offices, and see the names. And then I went and I had a cup of tea in the bistro that's there. So really cool. But it's a little geeky pilgrimage that I've done and gone and seen with my OpenStreetMap high-vis jacket, just that I have worn many a time. So that'll wrap up Cambridge. I'll go get the train from the station here, Cambridge North, and I've now visited 8 cities this year in the UK. And here is what I came to see. So it's St John's Innovation Centre. It's the registered address of OpenStreetMap Foundation and OpenStreetMap UK CIC. They're just virtual offices. There's a lady that, well, I was trying to find their name on the list of registered offices. It wasn't there. The lady told me, oh no, she does know them. They are here. They might just not have put their name on that list. And she opens the post. So when I was a director of OSM UK CIC, there was post for the directors, and the lady I just met probably would have opened those letters, scanned them in, and emailed them to us. But yeah, I think there's some cool companies there. I did look through some of the signs on the office stores, the actual offices, and see the names. And then I went and I had a cup of tea in the bistro that's there. So really cool. But it's a little geeky pilgrimage that I've done and gone and seen with my OpenStreetMap high-vis jacket, just that I have worn many a time. So that'll wrap up Cambridge. I'll go get the train from the station here, Cambridge North, and I've now visited 8 cities this year in the UK.
Welcome aboard this service